Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a very interesting game between Carlsen and Denis Lazavik from Chessable Masters. So let's go. Carlsen opened with c4, English opening. Now knight f6 was played, knight c3, e5, knight f3, knight c6. We have 4 knights variation of English. Here g3 is good move to fianchetto bishop, d5, black strikes in the center, cd, knight d, bishop goes to g2, we prepare castle, and here the main moves are knight to b6 or even knight to f6, but Denis played bishop to c5. Now castle, castle, d3, white gets control of e4 square, also on light squares. Here h6 was played because the idea is to prevent knight to g5 because black wants to play bishop to e6. Now knight takes, queen takes, and here Carlsen used to play bishop to d2 in one of his games. Carlsen Caruana actually from 2023 in Zagreb, but now, or actually knight to d2 he played there, but now he plays bishop to d2. Now rook to d8 was played, so we bring rook to the better square. Now we can play bishop to c3, but Carlsen played queen to c2. Now queen to d6, a3 and a5. The point of a5 is to prevent white from playing b4. Rook to c1, so bringing the rook to here, also threatening to take the bishop. Bishop goes to b6, and here Carlsen plays really good move, bishop to e3. In this position, b4 is not that good, ab, ab, bishop b6 and b5, and the rook enters here with a tempi. So attacking queen, and actually black is better in this position. How about bishop c3 and bishop g4? This would be equal position. So here we can also take, but fe, actually white would be totally fine in this position. This pawn is strong, although it's double. We can play here, maybe knight here, and white has strong attack. Here Carlsen took the bishop after bishop to e6, cb, and now the queen to a4. The point is to stop black from advancing on b5. We have bishop to d5, bringing bishop to this nice diagonal. Now here we have many options. Bring this rook here, but e3 actually was played, and idea behind this move is to prepare d4. Although this move also has some drawbacks because now a pawn is no longer protecting knight on f3. So let's go with this next move. So rook 8 to c8 was played. Actually in this position queen to f6 is quite strong, attacking a knight. So knight has to go to e1, for example. Now we take, and rook to d5, preparing b5, but also doubling the rooks. If after queen to f6, knight goes to d2, now we take, and pawn is lost. So e3, rook to c8 we had, now rook to c3, and knight goes here. So doubling the rooks, rook take, bishop goes to c6, and here queen to d1 was played. Also in this position we can go queen to c2, and now b5, d4, bishop takes, ed, ed, queen takes, rook c7, rook d7, takes, bishop takes, and this position again is kind of equal. So this was the difference between queen to d1 and queen to c2. So let's go. Queen to d1 was played by Carlsen, and now b5 is very good move. So what to do in this position. Carlsen played queen to e1, and this wasn't the best choice. Better would be just to play d4, knight f5, and now queen to c2, attacking a knight. So ed, knight takes, ed, bishop takes, king takes, queen d4, and rook to c5, and this would be equal position. But after queen to e1, Denis played b4, attacking a rook, ab, and here knight to d5 is actually the best moving position. How about queen takes b4, knight takes, bishop takes, king takes, queen to b2, but now d4, and actually white position is quite nice. We have c file, also this knight here is very strong, and black will have hard time to do anything in this position. Now after knight to d5, rook is under attack, and if we go, for example, back, then black would take here the pawn, and actually black is totally fine. So Carlsen reacted very bravely, and he took the bishop on c6, the best move. Now we can either take with a queen, but even a little bit better is to take with a pawn. Now ba5, so white has this best pawn, though his exchange down. c5, very good move, preventing d4. And here knight to d2 was played. Again, not the best move, questionable move. So what to do in this position? Actually, a6 is recommended by computer. And if we take, of course, knight to e5 is very strong. So how to react? Rook a8. And now, very amazing move, knight to e5, sacrificing a whole knight. If queen takes, queen a5, and there's huge pressure on this pawn, knight is bad, and so on. So actually, very surprisingly, but this position is draw or equal. But after knight to d2, we have knight b4, knight jumps to c4, Denis took a free pawn, bishop f1. Here we can go to b3, but Denis opted for queen to d5. And here the best move actually is e4, though after queen to d4 it's still a little bit hard for white. But Carlsen played queen to a1 with the idea to push this pawn. But now knight to d3 was played, so very good move. But even better was this amazing move, queen to f3. And it looks very strange move, because knight can take here for free. But now, watch out this next move. Queen to h5, amazing move, attacking a knight, but also threatening to do rook d1. So let's see some of the lines, b3, rook d1, queen is under attack. So what to do? Let's say queen goes here. But now, yeah, we already have some threats. Let's say knight f6, kicking back the knight. And now queen to f3 is very strong. So, yeah, also if queen goes let's say if queen goes here, now we already can play queen to e2 and it's game over, because if queen here, now we can take with the rook and it's a checkmate. But knight to d3 was also a good move. Now we have b3. Yes, if white takes here, it's also very bad. Queen a4, check here, queen there, and f3 actually would be losing due to this move. And if knight takes, queen is lost. So b3, but now Denis finally finds a very good move, queen to f3, attacking of course here on f2, queen a2. Now knight enters here, attacking a queen, takes, and here again we shouldn't take here first, let's say, because after takes, white takes, knight b4, and actually bishop to c4 is very strong, and going here and actually it's very hard to win in this position. So queen f3, we are here, knight takes, and here the best move is queen to e4. Here queen to a4 was played, but let's also check this move. Queen b2, now again rook d1, a6, takes, and this would be very nice. Checkmate on h1. So let's go queen a4, queen takes knight, a6, pawn is advancing, so it's still a little bit tricky for black. It's not that easy, though black is a whole rook up. Queen d5, a7, and rook to a8 was played. Queen b5, the threat is to go this check, and here queen to d8 was played, but this wasn't the best move. Better would be just to take here. Sorry, let's go back. Take on b3, queen c5, and now queen b1. And idea is to check and take here. And whenever white tries to attack rook, then we just take. But now queen b7, very strong, and actually now it's a little bit tricky. If we go here, right, we can take, but then take, rook takes, and then bishop g2. Already we will lose the rook. So what to do? Here knight b3, amazing move. If white takes, now we take a pawn, and actually black is winning. So let's go here. And in this position, actually, bishop to c4 was played. But more tricky would be to go bishop g2, now queen d1, bishop here, and now very nice move, rook a7, sacrificing rook, queen here, knight d2, now he threatened to take here the bishop. So now queen b8, king h7, queen here, the idea is of course to protect the bishop, but also to check. And here amazing move g6, double exclamation, because now there's no check and no perpetual. So let's go, king goes up, we take here, take, and of course not exchanging, but queen to d5, check, and king g1 and c4, and actually this endgame is winning. So that was very nice, but bishop c4 threatened to take here, but it's not that dangerous. Knight d2, now bishop takes, and just king to h8, knight king g2, now we have c4, this pawn is marching down, bishop g6, c3, bishop c2, queen c8, queen f7, check, protect. Now we have queen to b6, threatening to take here, e5, finally pawn is captured, queen to f5, king g8, check, king runs, another check, king goes to f8, now e6, check, king h3, queen e7, another check, queen f6, now only matter of nick for black, queen d5, rook goes here to grab another pawn, bishop f5, king hides, e7, king hides in the corner, queen to d7, and simply queen takes e7, and black won. So very nice game by Denis, and Carlsen was quite frustrated and tilted after this game, but finally he won the match. So guys, thank you for watching as always, and please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.